Oh my God. My hair was all nice, and then all I gotta do is put headphones on. Well, hello, Crime Stoppers. Let's see, what are we doing? It's 8:44 in the Aloha State. Over here, it's 11:44, so leap year is in effect the 29th day of February. Oh man, all kind of things going on. What the hell? It was all. I feel like my little boy. He used to go to school. We had to get his hair all nicely combed and everything, and then it would just start doing its own thing, and he'd be like, "Dad, I didn't do anything." I'm like, "I know. It's just what our hair does." Anyhow, hit this on 2x speed. So much to talk about. I can't even begin to tell you how much I'm thoroughly impressed with this right here. Oh, and then I forgot to get the sulfur. I've been talking about sulfur forever. Here's a couple other products I like. This comes from Dr. Young. I'll put some links below. This is a silver with 528 frequency infused. And then this is a cool product called Liquid Dentist, which I really need because I have some gum issues due to smoking. A couple of fist fights, I think, may have been responsible. Punched in the mouth more than once. And then I took a sword, well, not a sword, but a bokin to the mouth once. And I think all of that combined over time has taken its toll. Anyway, where do we want to start here? I want to start with this product right here. Okay, this is nuts. I'm going to leave a couple links below. Just a few drops, and people are reporting amazing results. So take a look. Like I said, I'll put links below. I got a Facebook page. And I'm going to put links to my Facebook page, the Crouton Ramones House of Math Facebook page, just for shits and giggles for you guys to enjoy. I was going to see if this works. Dun, 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 dun. It says share screen. Entire screen. Let's do it. Share. And now I want to go, like, say over here, for example. I don't know if I'm sharing my screen or not. Am I sharing screen? I think I'm sharing screen. Oh dear. I'm not gonna tell, bro. Uh-oh. Okay, now I know for sure I'm sharing screen. All right. So removes nanotoxins. It's basically what they did is they took marine plasma and nanozeolite and knocked this thing down to 1 to 300 nanometers, this zeolite. So it gets into your cells and pulls the crap out. This guy right here, you may be familiar with, Christopher James, is doing a live stream. And supposedly, hopefully, by the time you watch this, I'll be able to put his results up. And they're doing a 90-day result. And what we have is before and afters that are amazing. Here, look. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure I'm still sharing screen. Okay, this is the latest memes. There you go. This is what I'm looking for. So they're before and afters. Before, after, baseline, after just 35 days. Look at this. It's crazy. Crazy. If you want to get rid of the stuff that's in you, this would be the stuff to use. it's, I don't have English words for how cool this is. And I had total, absolutely, I have had results. Hard to describe. Anyway, I'll put links down there below. Oops. What I want to do is stop sharing. There you go. Okay. It's been, I mean, it's been amazing. The one thing you'll notice, or well, can't make any claims. The one thing I noticed, I can't say, because we're all unique. So I'm unique just like everyone else. You're unique just like everyone else. So you may have different results. But if you go look in the chats and so forth, people are noticing that they dream more, or you remember your dreams and they're vivid and it's crazy. Also, with me, noticeable difference. I don't know if you can see the whites, the white. Look at, I mean, noticeable difference in the whites of my eyes. And so far, I put like 2 drops in each eye. I've been only using this thing for like what, 8 days. It's crazy. 5 drops a day. Better is 2 drops 5 times a day, or 3 drops 3 times a day. But I've just been doing basically 5 drops in the morning, 5 drops at night. Holy cow. Can't recommend it enough. All right, now that I can share screen, I should be able to do all kinds of fun stuff. But like I said, I'm not 100% prepared due to the fact that it was one of those things where like I've been wanting to do this for like days, and if I didn't just sit down and do it, I wasn't going to do it. So I just sat down and started. So here we are. I've got all these things that I can open up. Let me see here. I'm going to share a couple of things with you, but let's do that again. Let's go to share screen. Woohoo! The entire screen, yes, and then share it, and then we'll go over here. Nope, don't want that one. We already talked about that. Dominate stocks. That's a cool course. Yes, this is the one I want, and of course, there you go. All right. Let's talk about this. Do I want to do this one, or do I want to do? You know what I'd rather do? Fast one. Nope. God, I got all these that are open. Oh, this is cool. USDebtClock.org has a Twitter page, and they seem to think that we're going to go back to sound money, and we're going to have debt-free currency. If that happens, we will be the wealthiest nation once again. That will make us prosperous beyond your wildest imagination. If they could just get these leeches to stop leeching off of us, stealing your money, you would be, this nation would be so much better off. Anyhow, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Oh, here's a fun page. I'm hoping you can see these. Let's see here. New. Oh, Theta. Yeah, baby. Did I tell you at $1 that was a screaming buy? Anything under $1 that was going to be good, and it's already done quite well. That's what the heck? I'm looking for this page. I had it there, and yes, I think this will be the one. There you go. I would like to. Yeah, fine. Okay. Clue number 1. Why? Oh, why? Let's take this just for fun. And then I can do, oops. Hey, you. And then I can do this, hopefully. And I'm going to go over here, and we're going to go to Google on purpose. and pop that in there. And good, the first result over there on Google, update on why face masks don't work. Get out of here. No, I'm not accepting. I'm going to get out of here in a second. But if you're looking for this, it has been removed. The content was published in 2016 and is no longer relevant in our current climate. What? Burr? Please note that the content from Oral Health Group is primarily intended to educate and inform dental professionals, not you peasants. If you are looking for further educate yourself on the topic, then we invite you to read the article below. No, actually not. But PPE, right, personal protective equipment. So now I got to go find the other one. There it is. Okay. So here it is on the Wayback Machine. It's been saved many, many times. It goes on for days. Basically, this was a dentist writing for other dentists. There he is. Let's go scroll down over here. Well, look how comprehensive this article is. Okay, but then we come down here, and G, a few references, right? And I mean, it's the Ontario Ministry of Health. Just site after site after site after. Oh, look, we're 10 sites. Oh, look, 16 sites. 17, 21, 23, 25. Oh, let's keep going here. 31 sites, 34, 36 sites. And I mean, look at them all. Okay, so you need the URL to get to the Wayback Machine, and people have figured that out. So what they do is they change it. So then when you try to put it back into the Wayback Machine, you can't find it. So you have to actually save the damn URLs now. But basically, all he says is that they're ineffective. In a word, to go through all of this, you can read it if you want to, but basically, they don't work. And what he's saying is that there's all kind of factors that make it impossible. But here you go. The filter material of surgical masks does not retain or filter out submicron particles. Done. Do you need to read more? Can't be done. Oops. Let's get rid of that. And let's see here. Should we go play around in Memeville for just a second? Well, actually, I think not. I'll do that next time. But I have about 105. See, if I was, like I said, if I didn't just jump in, I would have had quite a few memes with regard to masks handy. But the idea is that why would they hide this information? Why would it have to go to the Wayback Machine if they were being up and up? Clue after clue after clue. This was no accident. They didn't fuck up. It wasn't incompetence. It wasn't, they didn't know what they were doing. They knew exactly what the hell they were doing. And now, if you notice, they're dropping like flies. I think I'm not allowed to take you behind into certain groups on Facebook without getting into all kinds of trouble. But if you go into this group right here on Facebook, died suddenly worldwide. Oh my God, the carnage. It's crazy. Absolutely, positively nuts. And they're trying to pretend like everything's fine, and everything's not fine. We have some serious problems, and I think we're going to have some claims. Might want to read this. We're going to have some claims with the military. Just saying. Okay. Oh, wait. that whole time I've been doing this, I wasn't in screen. Oh, amateur mistake. Anyway, all right. Wow, I'm making a mess here. Okay, I got to get my act together, and then once I do, maybe I can take the show on the road. But here, this is what I was talking about. Let's see where to go. That one? Nope. That one? Yes. All right. All right. Now I can see I am sharing screen. Geez. Anyway, um, so here they are. The sites, that is. Oops. There you go. Look at them all. Okay. So this is like a well-researched paper. Why would they hide this information? Okay. Let's see here. Let's go back over to this. No, not that one. How about that one? No. Let me start closing them as I don't need them. Let's get rid of that one. Oh, look. It's the House of Math. Oh, yes. Let's head over to the House of Math. Okay. This is me doing a quick. I'll leave a link to the Facebook page. And I put a whole bunch of information there so you can get it all in one place. But I'll put links below this also. And then this is a really, really good, short, comprehensive description of how we got to where we are today with our banking system, and why it is that the millennials and this generation is unable to afford housing, working 2 or 3 jobs, can barely make rent, don't have $500 put aside. It's 100% by design. What they have done is created a system that saps the wealth out of nations, because these bankers figured out that rather than do it one at a time, you could do it a nation at a time. So then you could get several 100 million people at once in debt to you. And now we have a system where they are administrating this debt. All right, let's stop for a moment. Uh-oh. So much fun, this. Okay, until this guy named Donnie comes out and says and tells you what happened in 1871, and then again in 1913, and then again in 1933, and then again in 1948, until he comes out and tells you what exactly the system of bonding and pledging we have in place going on right now. Oh, that's okay. That will be for a future video. Now that I can share screen, I'll show you bonds. I'll show you my bonds. I'll show you my green stamp, wherein I tried to claim my bonds, and they just basically went, "Whatever are you talking about? What bonds?" That's ongoing. I don't think they're going to give them to me, but the idea is they've matured and they've been sitting there since 2004, because that was they were Series E 40-year bonds. I found them. They wrote bonds, and now they're mature. And if nobody claims them, they'll claim them. So I'm trying to claim them, but I think they won't let me claim them while I'm still alive. So perhaps my son could claim them. Don't know. Still working on it. It's a secret. So, and they're not talking. Okay. The most exciting thing, I'm telling you, is this masterpiece. I keep thinking about it, but there's other things going on. let's say, and it looks like it's true, they have, we're living in browser code. They've created this simulation or this thing that we're in, and they're now creating even more of one, or maybe it's the same one. But it turns out the graphene that they've put into people, or people have put into themselves, is now almost unavoidable because it's in all kinds of stuff they're putting in the food. It's raining down from the sky. It's literally, along with aluminum and barium and other things, BAAL, barium and aluminum falling from the sky and causing issues with humans. Okay, these get them out. The idea that these people are not our friends, and they are setting this thing up. Okay, we're going to go down a little rabbit hole here, where this thing can send and receive. So we've got all these guys that are all about the 5G and how the 5G is going to affect those people that did that, and there seems to be some credibility there. The fact that graphene is being put together into like antennas, but with self-assembling nanoparticles that are being told what to do by 5G radio frequencies or EMF. Just like this computer is not connected to the internet via a wire. It's floating through the air. Same thing. They're able to turn us into antenna that pick up these signals. I've had some interesting conversations with people that it's like, some of these thoughts, wait a minute, that's not my thought. That seems to have come from someplace else. I don't think like that, or I don't believe that. We're in 5G warfare right now, for sure. And the war is for the mind. So putting graphene into the human by whatever means makes it so that they can put thoughts into your mind, and maybe even overwrite memories. This is becoming concerning. And you will transmit to the cloud, or you'll transmit to the mainframe all your thoughts and memories, things that you see, thoughts that you think, all being uploaded to a mainframe. And then this massive supercomputer puts together this other simulation, but it's a real-time simulation. And then what? Then they put you with the goggles and the bodysuit, and it's almost reality, but it's not quite reality. This seems to be a thing that's going on. Again, conspiracy theory, but there seems to be some evidence for it, quite a bit of evidence for it. And the reason why they were so hell-bent on that is because the delivery system to make all of this work was inside of that thing. Where is here, I have all my, there, that. See, and then we can just point to various things. Oh, and I got another video removed. Weed. They even timestamped it, but I can't see the video, so I can't tell what I said, but it was like in the first 7 seconds that they decided that it went against the standards here. Here's the thing. They're in trouble, and they know they're in trouble. because of that thing right there. Yeah, that. Now, because both sides now, mm, okay, let's go back in time. Back in time. There were these Masons, and they are administering the debt because, oh, and I can put a great video down there that I was sharing here. Wait. I believe it would be right there. Yes, this one. This is an excellent video. I'll give you a link to it. Basically, just talking about how the Rothschilds. Oops. See, I did it again. All right, do it. Well, now it won't share screen. See how that works? Jeez. Really? Yeah, it's not sharing. Oh well. I'm broke on my thing, so. Oh, there you go. All right. This right here, I'm going to give you a link to this. It's great because it basically tells you, um, and if you read between the lines a little bit, there was, and see, the Rothschild died just recently, and he was quote unquote only 87 years old. So all kind of fun conspiracy theory around that. Did he really die? Did he fake his own death and now he's working behind the scenes? Are the quote unquote white hats winning this game? Let's talk about the white hats and the black hats. Like I said, let's go back in time. You've got these guys. Okay, I'm overworking my happy processor. You can hear it going. You've got these guys. They're deists, kind of more or less Christian Masons, not really, because they don't really pick any one. They understand that that whole thing is for shepherding the herds on this huge alien ant farm that we inhabit. Anyway, so they come and they found this nation. They found it. The founding fathers who founded the nation. Are you with me here? They may not have told us everything that was going on because it looks pretty much like there was a whole bunch of stuff going on this continent, regardless of what they wanted to tell us in school and our history books and so forth, coming from their point of view. So anyway, the idea that we've got these one group of Masons and they're like, our rights come from God and we're declaring our independence and we're making our own, screw that king, and we're going to be our own sovereigns and so on and so forth, and don't mess with us, and we're going to, right? Okay. And it looks like the tiny hats, who are also Masons, and were administering the estates, are administering the debt and administering the estate for others. They were like, well, that's nice. that's cute. And they got the king, this guy, George, to buy up the debt that they created fighting for their independence. And we have been snowballing that debt ever since, to the point where now we are in debt in the order of trillions. And what it looks like they're trying to do is break the system because it's a debt-based system. And then we move, like I was trying to show you, and I closed the windows already, of the U.S. debt clock, talking about USdebtclock.org, talking about debt-free currency. It could be a thing. Okay. Again, if we get debt-free currency, that will be that will make this nation so prosperous. It's crazy. But what we have right now, it doesn't look like we have the descendants of the founding fathers, masonry people, going against these other CCP. I I hesitate to say it, but Democrats, right, and rhinos that are basically treasonous to America. But those guys are also Masons, and the Masons are fighting with the Masons over who's going to set up this next system. Are we going to have a debt-based system? That's what the conscious Whigs would like to have. The Cotton Whigs would like to have this other debt-based system that is 100% digital currency using the blockchain. Both sides are going to need to use the blockchain, by the way. And one will be used for good on the right-hand path, and one will be used for evil on the left-hand path. Choose. I would pick the one that's on the right-hand path, where they use the blockchain to keep everybody honest, but not to enslave you. But the idea is that debt-free currency can be a thing, and it can absolutely be a thing, and an honest thing, which is what debt-free currency and sound money, honest money, is another term for sound money and debt-free currency, where we wind up with a system that is enforced by blockchain, but it has this as a medium of exchange. Doesn't necessarily mean that we have to use this, at grocery stores or whatever. We could actually have paper or wallets that are linked one for one, right? Not having 300 claims in this one coin. One coin, it's on the blockchain. Everybody agrees that this person owns that coin. And at that time, I believe this coin going to be worth a whole lot more than $22. Because the whole debt-based system is coming to a close. And when this happens, I'm telling you, it's going to be happy days are here again. Take what happened in Germany when this insane person who they have vilified beyond villainy took the bankrupt and destitute German nation, what was left of it after World War I, and turned the thing around in no time. It was crazy. What did he do? He issued the debt-based currency, the debt-free currency, sorry. He got rid of the debt-based currency, kicked out the Rothschilds, and now he's enemy number one. And was he a bit of a lunatic? They can say anything about anybody, and they could be true. He sure looks like he did some crazy things to me, but at the same time, if you want to vilify the guy, the victors are the ones that write the history. And a lot of stuff is starting to come out about World War II and Churchill and a lot of these other, Operation Paperclip and so on, where things might not have been, once again, what they told us. A couple of generations is all it takes to change all the programming. Let's talk about programming for just a second. But this right here, the water of life, over a year old, used for basically sinus, snorting it, but also can be massaged into the belly button and so forth. Okay. Who told you that that stuff should be flushed? And who told you that it was like yucky and non-sterile? That's sterile. This is sterile as it gets. Super filtered by your kidneys, made exactly for you. Programming. 3 generations later, all ask a urologist about any doing anything when it comes to ingesting urine, who comes from the Rockefeller medicine or the Rothschild medicine that they set up. If you go to other countries, many other countries, it's still a thing, and they use it for curing all kinds of things like diabetes and so on. In India, in China, in folk medicine, the water of life is a thing. Apparently, it was the same in the United States, especially among the American Indians, and they beat that out at all of us. And it only took 3 generations to make you think that that wasn't something of value, and that you should go to them for their pharmakia. Oh my! Who owned the media that and set up the education system and so on that espouses this point of view? Why? It would be the Tiny Hat Masons. So word is getting out that, wait a second, a lot of the things that you might have thought were true aren't true when it comes to history, when it comes to medicine, when it comes to money and banking, when it comes to being a bonded free man, when it comes to all these different things that turn out to be 100% fraud. Because where do the genie go? The genie go to Geneva, and in Geneva there sits some adversary or another, and then there seems to be another one down there in Antarctica. Or maybe it's the same one and he just has, 2 palaces. I don't know. But there seems to be some kind of crazy thing going on with Geneva and Antarctica. Where did all of this crazy WHO and World Trade Organization, and where are they all flying in, and so Davos and Geneva in Switzerland? When everything went awry and it was Donnie won the presidency, all these luminaries, Kerry, Obama, all of it, now they're off to Antarctica. They didn't go to Geneva, they went to Antarctica. What? I don't know. I do not know. But the idea is something's going on down there. And it's disturbing, to say the least. And how it all comes to pass, and how it's all going to work itself out, I'm not sure. But it seems that we do have a benefactor, and he's working, or it's working, in very odd and mysterious ways, because many people are waking up to the fact that all of this goes together. It's a war for your mind. So what do? They pollute your mind and make it really hard for you to think. The only other thing I've seen that has had that profound of an effect on me is this stuff called alpha brain. And you can see Joe Rogan is hawking it constantly now. He's talking about, if you're on YouTube, I'm sure you've seen commercials for alpha brain. And I can vouch for alpha brain. That stuff is amazing. You go from being asleep to being awake, bing, and there's no in between. You're not groggy, you don't need awake time. This is very similar to that. And apparently all it does is remove toxins, graphene, like I said, polyethylene glycol, etc. Okay, they put all of that stuff on us, or in us, to deaden, to make the third eye blind, and to separate you, and to make it easier for you to be controlled, and for you to forget that connection that you should have with, I don't know, the higher self or whatever it is that you believe, God, Jesus, whatever you want to say about it. Uh, but the idea being that we have the ability to connect, and they do their utmost to make sure that we can't. And the way they do that is by dirtying up the cells with all manner of mercury and lead and arsenic and aluminum and barium and all these like 2,000 different chemicals and plastics and graphenes and nanotechnology um, that's inside of you that makes it hard for you to um, realize that connection. And it makes it seem like I said, it feels like a weight was taken off of me when I started taking that stuff. Um, but I'm taking sulfur, and I was going to show you I mean, I always talk about sulfur. Um, I'm doing the water of life, and improved is huge. It makes a huge difference. And then added this stuff, and kapow! It it feels like my head is lighter or opening up, and it feels like a weight is lifted off of my eyebrows and my eyelids. I can't explain it. And my shoulders feel lighter, like I'm not so tense. And again, it just gives peace of mind. But what we have is this spiritual battle going on between these people that are polluting us and trying to control us using mind control, thought control, um, using programming on a daily basis, where you are given a load of stuff made up and you believe it. You believe that these guys are the public servants have now flipped tables on you, and they should have some ability to take money from you or lock you up for stuff they made up in their statutes, basically. And you agree to it because they've got you thinking that that name is the same. But when you start clearing your mind and start figuring out that, wait a minute, the name of the thing is not the same as the thing named. I'm not the same as that name. They're two different persons. And you start learning the language, and you start figuring out that they really are deceivers, and they are fraudulent deceivers. And it's not, it wouldn't put it past them to lie about the fact that this is beneficial, to put all manner of things in you that they want in you because it makes you connected to the Internet of Things, with or without your permission. And see, very naughty, because this is supposed to be the plane of uh, free will, and you have to breathe and you have to eat. So you look up in the sky and you see those things, and they're talking about it being, oh, it's just conspiracy theory. Those are just contrails, and that's water vapor. No, it's not. We now have more evidence where various organic farms are finding hundreds, if not thousands, I can't remember the number at the moment, of pounds of aluminum that wasn't there the year before per square mile, I think it is, on their farms. Where's it coming from? It's coming from the sky, barium and aluminum. They're spraying it on you like we're bugs. And that's not the only thing in there. And then, like I said, graphene is in fuel because they took lead out and put graphene in because graphene is an excellent lubricant. So when you breathe car exhaust, I don't care how great the catalytic converter is. And yeah, I've been in parking garages and been amazed that you can't hardly smell anything. I mean, some exhaust, but back in my day, if you were in a parking garage and several of the cars started up, you're pretty much got gassed out. They've cleaned that up quite a bit, but you're still breathing graphene. Okay, the graphene seems to be, and then, oh man, see, we just got to start talking about parasites, because the parasites show up when you have all these heavy metals because they're there to eat the heavy metals. and they live off of that. So you get parasites, but then you also have this nanotechnology that's self-assembling that uses the graphene to create antennas and other fibrous semi-biotech things that literally are assembling inside these people. And then they get hit with 5G, and we don't know for sure if it's a kill switch or not. There's some evidence that says that there is a kill switch there. There's also evidence that says that they can control that nanotechnology. They can also have it talk back and forth. So it's not one way, it's two way. And that it picks up your, I don't know how it works, but it picks up your thoughts and memories and is able to beam that back to the cloud. And I'll put some links down there for people that are talking about this. Okay, it's science fiction, but turns out a lot of the science fiction is science fact. And again, this all is a huge and nefarious plan to dominate. They don't just, they already have all the money. They want control, and they want they don't like us. Let's put it that way. They want it to be there to be a whole lot less humans on the planet because they hate us, because we become like them. See, we are able to co-create in this reality, and they've used that against us because most of us are completely unaware of the fact that we actually, that's not just woo-woo New Age talk. The Christ talked about it. Allah talked about it. The Buddha talked about it. All these different religions talk about the ability to manifest or create as by yourself or in groups. So what they've done is figured out how to get you to look at these screens, put all kind of entrainment and all kind of other things in there to control your mind and put thoughts in your mind. And you may think that these are your own thoughts when actually they may be being put in there. And numerous people talk about guys that have done this, and their personality changes quite a bit, that it's not the same person, and that they sound, and I have friends like this myself, or erstwhile friends, that they sound like CNBC or CNN talking points whenever you talk to them. They're not saying anything that I haven't already heard in clips on YouTube or whatever media, Facebook, etc. But these guys, they sound, they don't have an original thought in their heads. It's a little scary. Now, that may not be 100% their own fault. I mean, it is, but it isn't, because once they went there and then did it again and then did it again. They even told you that it was like installing software. That the first one set it up and then the second one was okay. So and then some of these guys are up to fucking 8 of these now. 8. Those guys are so hopelessly enslaved mentally, and don't even bother with this. They are going to not be, they've chosen a different path. They are not going to be here soon. And it's looking, like I said, that it's not conspiracy theory, that they may actually have some kind of 5G kill switch. And if not, they have some ability to use that 5G in, what's the word I'm looking for? In, see, this is the thing that this is supposed to do also, is it's supposed to clear your mind so that you can think and get the words you want. But in conjunction with these two things are a bioweapon that is very complex, because, like I said, they can use it to talk to you. They can use it to put thoughts in your mind. There is speculation that they can maybe erase thoughts or maybe install memories that weren't there. And then that gets into the whole conversation about the Mandela effect and so on. Don't know, but it's all very strange. At the same time, you've got all that going on. And see, it looks like may have found an antidote telling you, look into this. We've got the dark forces and the light forces striving against one another. And some of us are kind of sort of stuck in the middle. And I'm not so sure that there are good guys, that it's the light forces. I think what we've got is a couple of shades of gray. We got this one side over here that, oh dear, does all this nastiness with youngins and so forth. They do that and this, and they're just ill. Okay. And then you got these other guys. They don't do any of that, but they have no problem blowing on the bits in wars, and the babies just come with the scenery. But they don't, they don't do any of this. So those, where is it? That right there. They're not that. But like I said, so those are the good guys. The good guys are the ones that blow them up, and the bad guys are the ones that do all kind of horrifying things and then kill them. I don't see the good guys in this fight. I don't see them. You got bad guys, and then you got really bad guys. Although I will say, looks like you have what is it? The good guys that are doing some bad things are preferable to the evil ones who are just evil and they do evil. And you can't understand evil because you don't hate like they do. You can't even conceive of the fact that a lot of the things they do is just because they're like retarded, hateful little children. And the Christ says you are supposed to love these retarded, hateful little children, but they're retarded, hateful little children that want to kill you and take your stuff. And they come up with all these dastardly, yet simple plans to do so. I'm going to show you, like I said, I'm going to put the link below, but the Rothschilds sapping the wealth of nations using debt and the fiat money currency system, the Babylonian money system that's worked generation after generation, country after country for, I don't know, 6,000 years now. This death cult has been getting away with this. And now it looks like the death cult is fighting with the death cult, because you've got this death cult that is worshiping the adversary. And then you've got this other cult of the crucified God and the quote unquote Abrahamic religions that were designed so that there'd be three of them to fight with each other. And right now they're trying to set up the big one between two of the three, which would be the tiny hat guys and the Muhammad guys. And then you got the Christians kind of sort of siding with the Jews, even though the Jews have I mean, oh my God, it's just it's just craziness. And it's all about programming and controlling this, getting you to choose a side, getting you to decide that, oh, it's okay to everybody get organized and kill each other. Meantime, both sides are being funded by these people, these things, these creatures that look like us, but they ain't us. And they may have the ability to jump in and jump out of the vessels. Not sure about that either, but that goes down yet another rabbit hole. But the idea is that they've set up this system that has definitely enslaved, and the way they enslave is by enslaving the mind, and then they just don't tell you. And then when you figure it out, They dare you to do something about it. What are you going to do about it? Literally, that's their attitude. Like I said, you're not going to hear Trump talking about 1871 and the corporation, the service corporation that got set up. And you're not going to talk about the esquires that have come here and administer the estate. And it looks like the tiny hats and their secret societies administer the whole estate. And the whole estate is the whole thing. I'm talking about all the continents, all the countries, and they set up all the continents, or well, not the continents, but all the countries on the continents. They drew imaginary lines and got people to, this is your flag and that's my flag and this is my religion and that's your religion, and keep everybody divided and easily controlled. And then they make insane, ungodly amounts of money off of wars. And they fund both sides. So they saw a opportunity in this new fledgling thing called America, and they couldn't get here fast enough. The Bank of America, that used to be the Bank of Italy, but then they had some issues in New York with Italians and so on, so the Bank of Italy decided to change its name. If you go back, that goes right back into Italy, and the Phoenicians, the Venetians, that were the Phoenicians. Where do the Phoenicians come from? Well, now you get back to where we've got all the issues going on in the Middle East, they call it. These people have been doing this for centuries, and they've been discovered. Now, okay, so you get into the whole thing where, all right, they set up these corporations masquerading as nation states to administer debt that they created by getting the ridiculous humans to kill each other, and again, funding both sides. They do it over and over again. Civil War, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Iran, Iraq and Iran fighting with each other. Funded both of those. Wherever it's every war is a banker war. They fund both sides. King of England bought up all the debt from the French. That's a story in and of itself. And now we have these esquires administering the debt back to the King of England and the Pope. King of England say he owned the land underneath this thing called the corporation, that United States corporation that it administers with all the little flags all over the place called post offices. And they use that zip code to make you think that you're part of that United States corporation that is the 10 square miles of Washington, D.C., but they set up all their little outposts all over the place. Those police stations and post office, that's all part of the corporation. And the way it works from United States corporation down to state of corporations, down to county of or parish of corporations and city of corporations. All these corporations generally are filled with esquires, either tiny hat esquires or other esquires, but all esquires. The esquires, who do the esquires? Yeah, they're administering the estate for the King of England. And they're writing bonds. And can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. Let's see here. Give me just a second. Let's see here. Really? All right, there it is. Let's see here. Let's just open that baby up. Oops, not that one. These kids nowadays. All right. My bonds. I'll show you a picture of them, and then I'll share a screen here. See? That's how this is going to work in just a second. Okay. Okay, now we're happy. Now I can come back over to here and share screen. Look at that. Okay. Is it going to let me share? I want to share the entire screen. That is the window. I broke them again. It won't. Shit, this thing needs to turn blue, and it won't give me the ability to share. Boo. Because I had my bonds and I had my green seal ready to share with you. All right. Let's try that one more time. Okay. Oh, look, I'm figuring out how to use this. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to go over here like this. There you go. And let's make it big. Oh, look, there's my bonds. Just so happens they were issued the month that I was born, in the year that I was born, and they matured, like I said. And look, oh, and then look all the interest, and there's all these bonds. It's not even that much money. I'm trying to claim these bonds. All right, how am I trying to claim these bonds? Using, and that's the only one I'm going to show you. See, the green seal, the infamous green stamp. You got to get that from a bank manager. That says that's better than a notary, because elsewhere on this, and of course I'm not going to show it to you, but elsewhere here, there is my signature, and now they don't need any kind of notary. They have this, and I'm on file, and they recognize me. Now I have to correct the record and let them know that I understand that this thing right here is an indigenous, right? Persons, that doesn't say man, name of man or woman. No, that says the name of the persons who appeared. Guess what, people? Uh-oh. I have to stop. Okay, there you go. Oh, see, that threw off my train of thought. The idea that the state of Hawaii is a person. The United States is a person. IRS is a person. The judges are persons, and actually they're administrators. They're not actually judges. They're just administrators that call themselves judges. Potato. They can call themselves anything they want. And same thing with you. If you call yourself that all caps name, or the name that's styled in title case, and you identify with, see, they're doing it with all kinds of things now. They've taken it to its logical extreme. But if you identify with that name and you say that you are that name and you say that you are a U.S. citizen, oh, look, I'm a U.S. citizen. I signed this document that says I can vote for Trump. Yay. Oh, wait, no, wait. I want to vote for Biden. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, you sign that piece of paper and it says you swear that you are a U.S. person or a United States citizen. Gotcha. Again, they got this. You can clear a lot of those cobwebs out and make it easier to think, because what that stuff does is take out the graphene, take out the microplastics. It is nano-sized. It is 1 to 300 nanometers in size, the zeolite that they use there. So it can get into the cells and take stuff out. This is warfare all the way down to the cellular level. That's how far these psychopaths have gone. And what, again, they control all the money. They have the Babylonian money magic system. They hate this stuff. Oh, they hate this stuff. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They I can't tell you how much they hate it. I've actually seen clerks in the court recoil when you pull silver out. With my own eyes. I heard stories about it and decided to go down. You know me. I went down and tried it, and sure enough, get that stuff away from us. But the idea being that they have all the cash, all the money. They own all the birth certificates. They've stolen all the names and put all of us into debt from day one. And then as you progress, they put you more in debt, and then they tax you generally by having some kind of interface with the Blue Lodge and your motor vehicle that they own and you have usufruct of, or your mortgage, your house, which again they own and you have usufruct of. You gave them everything with your signature. And we'll talk more about that, but there are several people that are starting to figure out that, yeah, this is the case. All we have is promises to pay because they took all the damn money. So both sides now, what are we going to do? We have trillions of dollars in debt. What are we going to do? We need a reset. So it doesn't matter whether it's a black hat or a gray hat or a white hat. They all want a reset. And they all mean to rule after the reset. They're not telling you about the corporation and how badly they've been fucking you for your whole life, our whole lives, our fathers and mothers' lives too. Like I said, I'm about to go hit the 60 mark. When I was born, they just started taking this out of our pockets and replacing it with slugs. And then over the next 6-7 years, they completed their dastardly deed and took all the silver out. And then in 1982, they took all the copper out. They had already taken all the gold out of the pockets of the peasants in 1933. And then, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. See, this will dovetail in nicely. Is they basically said, okay, we'll pay your debts for you, but we're not going to tell you about that. We're not going to tell you how, and we're going to give you these Federal Reserve notes instead. And we're not going to tell you about the fact that we basically took all the money and now all there is paper and debt and promises to pay and notes. And we're going to put it all on paper. And all you got to do, read the UCC. The UCC will blow your mind. And they can't go against the UCC. The UCC is a universal commercial code so that all of us can engage in commerce together. From whatever nation we are, we have a code that settles. And guess what? If you give them a promise to pay, and there are certain acceptable forms, negotiable instruments, they're called, promissory notes, they're called, and they refuse the promise to pay or the negotiable instrument, well, the debt is discharged anyway. It says it right there in UCC. Oh, wait, I was supposed to have that all pulled up. Nope. Nope. No, these are not the codes. These are all CFR and what do you call? These are not the codes. Darn it. All right. Well, oh well. I'll have to come back. Like I said, this was one of those deals where I went spur of the moment. I got to sit down and make a video. So if I don't, I'm not going to make one. The next one, I keep saying I'm going to be better prepared, but I am going to be better prepared and have all the windows opened up for what I want to talk about. But let's talk about this, though. I know that's going to be here someplace. Oh, I should read over this. Nope. Don't want that. Nope. Yeah, don't want that. This is white face masks don't work. Okay. I had another one lined up. Way over here. Ooh, getting close. Oh, very good. Survey says, oh man, really? Here we go. All right, well, I can use that page to get to the page I want, which is this. And then we're going to go here. the Wayback Machine. And then we're going to go here. And then we're going to plug it in there. Well, look how many times it has been saved. All right, now, let's go back over here. Bam. Okay, let's talk about this. Oh, wait a minute. Make sure you're sharing screen, man. All right. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. And now we're going to do that. And we're going to do this. And I'm going to do that. And then, uh-oh, now I got to figure out where I was because I got so damn many tabs open. It's ridiculous. Over here. Over here. No, no, no. Over here. Yes, there you go. All right. HJR 192 and its legal effect. I can tell you clearly, believe me when I say so, if you put HJR 192 into your paperwork, you are going to have some issues. So use public law instead. And I can't remember what the public law is, but, well, we'll talk about it here. But here is this right here. And I want you to compare and contrast what's going on here with a certain Yusuf L and his video about HDR 192. And I'll just go through this nice and slowly. We have on YouTube what are known as Judas goats. The Judas goat leads the sheep to slaughter. Hey, I have this process, and look, it worked for me. And then you try the process, and it won't work for you. And if you are using HDR 192, well, shame on you, because that means you haven't done your reading. But no fair, because you could have read all about this, and then suddenly they took this page down again. So you can't read about it. Because these two guys, way back in the day, I used to trade emails with a bunch of these guys back when I had just figured out that the IRS might not be as up and up as we thought and might not be part of the United States. And then I didn't know at that time that, yeah, it's its own private corporation, but then so is the United States Corporation. And that United States Corporation is not the same as United States of America. And hold on a second, this place known as United States is 10 square miles in Washington, D.C., not that whole North American continent. And then under those United States is the land called North America. And the King of England, from the Mexican border all the way up to as far as it goes, claims all of that land. And then this other crazy person in Italy claims the souls. But wait a second. Not only does he claim the land, he claims the produce of the land. We are the produce of the land. So he claims us and our offspring. Okay, so he's claiming the vessels, basically, that are created on the land. Okay, then there's this other guy that claims the animation of the vessels, the souls. The Pope, the Vicar of Christ, is supposedly claiming the souls so that the devil doesn't get them. But they claim that they own the soul, and the king claims that he owns the body. This is all shit made up, people. It's SMU. But they believe it, and they got all the guns and clubs, and they set up a system where this actually works. And what they've done is named the thing, and then get you confused about whether you're the same as that, that you two are the same person. When you can't be the same person, you are the source of that other person, but you can't be the same person because you were born before that other person, and you were birthed with an eye of a woman. The thing, the Elegius, the legal fiction, was birthed with an E, with some paperwork and a doctor and a couple signatures. Does not live, does not breathe. And the cool thing is you can click all these things. Dun, dun, dun. Oops. And it's there. Like they went a couple levels. And so I would get these PDFs if I was you. I mean, how cool is that? We'll go through. Actually, just go get them. But see, if you read all this stuff, suddenly you be smarter than a lot of the internet gurus who tell you about HJR 192, the House Joint Resolution. But anyway, read all these guys, and that's where this other thing comes up. I'll put a link here to the Wayback Machine, and watch, the link will get killed. But it's been put on the Wayback Machine many, many times. But see, Larry Beecraft, if you going back into the late 90s, that was quite a researcher. Him and Dan Mayador and a few others. Why didn't Yusuf cite any of this stuff? And it cracks me up because they always say, oh, if you did your reading, motherfuckers, I do more reading than all you people combined. I use this thing called photo reading. You should check it out from Learning Strategies. It will help you read many documents quickly. But yeah, go and read some of these cases, right? Talking about money, talking about silver. I'm talking, but I'm assuming that you're reading and maybe taking a screenshot or two. And then, like I said, come back and I'll have links down there. And then you can go and click all these and put them on a drive and read them. Okay, but one word of caution. Don't get too crazy about the case law and all that whole corporation. Everything's just about to change. There's about to be a great reset. And that's, I believe, going to include the law. Because these esquires that have been administering us are in trouble because the system of administration that they use has a lot to do with fear and their insane religion wherein they require blood sacrifice. And yeah, since that is going to come to light for some of them because the system that they were using to make the control files got flipped on them and used against them, they're freaking out and pulling out all the stops because they don't, of course, they don't want to be discovered. But here, at the same time, you got to understand the Donald was running around the country with those self-same control files, telling these people that if you didn't play ball, let the chips fall where they may when we release this information. This is why I am reluctant to agree that they will ever release the names of these people because it is integral to the control structure that we currently have, unless that whole thing's coming down, which it might be. Anyway, don't use House Joint Resolution 192 on your documents, because if you do, you're going to get some special treatment and you won't like that. Okay, and then let me, if you look carefully in here, see, we're talking about the UCC and so on. But if you look carefully in here, you'll see that basically what happened is they canceled HJR 192 and then made it public law. See, right there. And then made it public law. And I had dug through all the congressional record, which is ridiculous, and actually found it, that it's public law. Well, let's just look. I believe Google will allow us to see that. Let's see. HJR192 is public law. What? Public Law 7310. There you go. So basically, what they've done, that is the basis for you saying, hey, my debts are paid. Promises to pay. But it's not that simple. You can't just be like, well, the government owes me for every debt that I've ever incurred. No, that's not how it works. But the idea that your signature is how everything works is the idea. Let's see here. I know I have that sitting on the desktop. Let's see here. I'm amazed this thing isn't crashing. Let's see here. I want. Oh no, is it not there? Oh no, yes it is. Right there. Brandon Joe Williams, go check that guy out on Facebook or on his website. I should actually call that thing up. And you can watch his videos. He goes over his website really well and talks about all the different features and all the different things. It is a host of excellent information there. Go and check him out. Sign up for his free course. But beware, and he makes no bones about it. He is a. Oops. Kill it. He is a high level, I'd say, Scientologist. And then he hangs out with high level Masons occasionally on. And again, those guys make no bones about it either. What they have is an agreement among themselves to keep their secrets. And one of the secrets, this is actually one of the secrets. Think about it. You don't ever need to go see them for much of anything because you have the water of life within you that is a healer. And finding information about it turns out to be rather difficult, although there are several books about it, but there's your first clue. And if you talk to anybody from allopathic medicine, their programming says, that's crazy. But I can tell you from personal experience, after, like I said, more than a year of fooling around with it, and the guys that tell you that the improved urine is the magic, it's true. It's absolutely true. But the difference in the hair, this is going to be 60. This husk is about to have 6 decades fooling around in the pramaterial plane, and no hair coloring. And I guarantee you, it has to do with what do you call them? Diet and exercise and so on, which I haven't been doing much of at all. But I keep up to diet because food is your medicine. A few supplements, and the one thing that changed everything, where in the difference in my skin, wrinkles, like I said, the gray disappearing, was the urine therapy. But then the next game changer, and I mean absolute fucking game changer, is this stuff right here. I can't recommend it highly enough. Find out about it and then share it with everybody you know. They hate it when their evil plans are foiled by salt water and dirt, or ground up rocks, zeolite. It has made such a difference for me, I can't begin to tell you. And see, it's all part. We have a few thousand minds that are controlling billions of minds. Think about that. And those few thousand are controlled by about 300, and those 300 are controlled by, I don't know, it's like Lord of the Rings, and and then one ring to rule them all. But basically what you have is this adversary that more or less controls the whole planet. And the whole planet is set up with these crazy languages and these crazy religions and the financial system and all these different codes and laws and so forth, designed to keep the human in check and make sure you don't get too many of them. And now that there seems to have been an explosion that may or may not have gotten out of control from their point of view, they seem to be okay. Well, now we need to pare it down again. But because we're on the planet of free will, they had to choose to on their own. But now it seems that they've decided, well, fuck that too. And if you're breathing, if you're eating, you pick up all these different materials. And again, I'll put links below. I'm just going to put a link to a channel on Rumble. Hopefully it doesn't get this video flagged. But, or actually, I think they also have a YouTube channel. But, YouTube, you have to, it's fully censored. But the idea that these people have the best intentions at heart, and they understand that we may be in a battle against the adversary, and one of the weapons being used against us is pollution, pestilence, disease, dis-ease, with 2,000 or more chemicals, from food coloring to all manner of perfumes and all the cosmetics that women use, and not all of them, but many of them have heavy metals and other things that you don't want in there. The dentistry, the reason why, I believe it's this side. Oh wait, this side, or is it that side? I can't tell. The reason why I have white hair there is because I had some dental work done, and when they shot me full of the Novocaine or lidocaine or whatever the hell it was, it literally turned my hair white. The beard turned white and my hair turned white from whatever it is. I've been reversing it slowly, mostly with this. And if you use this the way they talk about, wherein you just take a dropperful, just a few drops. I mean, it's not many drops at all. And what's in here? This is improved 1 year old or older urine, some silver, and now I just put a couple of these drops in there. And you snort this, it changes your perspective and cleans out your sinuses and does an opening of your third eye, I believe. But it definitely gets in, you can feel it all the way to the back of your head. And yeah, it makes a hell of a difference. But the idea that that programming, you've been programmed to believe that that's crazy talk. But at the same time, I'm on calls, and these women that have had them hack out their thyroids. Okay, so you hack out your thyroids or your appendix or your tonsils or whatever, but drinking your own urine, that's crazy talk. You'll take and let them put a stint in you wherein they put mustard gas derivatives, but you won't drink your own urine. That's crazy talk. 3 generations. That's all it took. It is the strongest programming, because I should have been doing this 20 years ago, because I thought about it and I tried to do it in the early 2000s, before my sons were born. I have one boy that's about to turn 19 in just a little while. Crazy. Anyway, before he was born, I was looking into it. And why? Because on Maui, you have all these, it's an interesting place, Maui. They have a lot of priests or monks, Buddhists, because there's a lot of ashrams, and Maui has a long history with Tibet and China, and there are monks and so forth and ashrams. And anyway, it's a long story, but long story short, you run into some interesting people there, monks, usually in full regalia with the orange and red, and the Dalai Lama came to visit Maui. Anyway, I met a monk who was very interesting, interesting person, and he drank his own urine. And I was like, that's crazy talk. But at the same time, this guy, I think he was late 70s, and you would have thought he was 50, maximum. But he was late 70s. Um, and he said it was the urine. Okay, so like I said, I tried, couldn't do it. And I did this whole diet thing. And then that turns out to be complete bullshit. You don't have to do a special diet or anything. Just freaking catch the first one in the morning, drink it. And then catch some of that, keep it aside, and let it sit for a year. 3 days, 6 days, 9 days better. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months better than that. 12 months better than that. The longer, the better. And what happens is you improve it because many of the solids and many of the acids and other things that you don't want will settle out. And then you can strain off the top. And you get stem cells on the wide. And it tells the story that they've been telling us about the stem cells in your guts might not be true. Your stomach might be smarter than that. So drinking stem cells, well, all I can say is there is no question in my mind after a year that I don't look how I used to look, but I look younger than I did a year ago. No question. Year and a half, 20 months, whatever it's been. Less wrinkles, eyes better, hair changed back from, because I was having some gray on my temples. I mean, frick, it's 6 decades. You're supposed to get gray hair on your temples. And it's all pretty much gone away, as you can see. And like I said, you look at some of the old videos. I was looking at some old videos. The wrinkles over here were very, very pronounced, and they've become less over time. I still have them, no question, but they're much less. And like I said, that's 100%. Oh, and the other thing, like I said, sulfur. I talk about MSN or MSM, msm.-msm.com. Get a big old 5-pound bag of sulfur and get that nasty stuff in your face at least once a day, and you will see amazing results. Turns out we are structured water. What is it? It's H3O2 is what we mostly are. And that's what this is. It's structured water. It comes out of you structured. And then turns out structured water structures other water just by touching the other structured water. We don't know enough about water. Pollock, The Fourth Stage of Water, that was a very eye-opening book. But basically what we have is an information war going on where all of that is coming into play. The fact that they are poisoning us with all these different additives and forever chemicals and plastics and so on. And they use that to dull our minds and to help take control of our minds and help put things into our minds. And then they use this media to get our minds in a alpha state, in a trance-like state, to help them co-create the insanity that they want to manifest on the earth, because we are co-creators. We have become like them. What the average person just can't seem to understand is that you create the reality that you're in. You create this. You have the ability to think a thing and make it appear. For example, just an odd thing, I decided, because I was watching some YouTube videos, that I would like to have some beef tallow, because I have a client that is a billionaire, and he is absolutely 100% now adamant that seed oil is the devil, and you don't want to put seed oil in you, and no seed oils except for like coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil. And then very specific kinds of olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil, MCT for the coconut and so on. But no seed oils, no Wesson, none of that. Okay. So, and then it turns out beef tallow, just like grandma used to have, I have now in my kitchen. One jar has fish grease in it from frying fish. One is bacon grease, that'd be pork grease, and pork chops and that kind of grease. And then the other one is beef tallow. But beef tallow, very hard to get from steaks. So we have a butcher shop, walking distance. I just walked over to the butcher shop and I said, hey, this is all happening in Spanish because it's a carniceria, where they sell carne. The guys are throwing out the fat. So I went over there and I said, hey, I would like to buy the fat. And this is going on in Spanish, and my Spanish is not excellent, but I was making myself clear. What is it? Grasa animal. And they say, oh, we throw it away. I'm like, yeah, okay, you throw it away. Don't throw it away. Put it in a bag, and I'll buy it from you. So you don't throw it away, and I'll buy it. Long story short, he could not bring himself to sell me the beef. He just gave it to me. Okay. And then I think he thought, he goes, oh, you have a dog. And I was like, no, I don't have a dog. And they looked at me strange, like, so what are you going to do with the fat? And what I did is I rendered the fat. You can look this up on YouTube. There's plenty of videos about it. Basically, you just put all those pieces of fat, and I trimmed off all the meat and made a jar of beef tallow. And now when you cook, you use that tallow. Oh, good stuff. Delicious. Much better than any of the other oils. Better than coconut oil. Beef tallow is, you want it to taste good, use beef tallow. Whether you're frying up chips or whatever, potatoes, beef tallow. Okay. So I made this big old jar, which if you look on Amazon and other places, it's like, depending on, if it's super grass fed and all this other stuff, beef tallow goes for like $13 for like 14 ounces to like $39 or $40 for like 13 ounces. I made 16 ounces of beef tallow. I don't know if it was grass fed super duper beef or what, but it was delicious and it was free. I thought of it and I manifested it, and that for no money. And I would have paid money for it. But the idea being is you think of it and the thing appears. Whatever you put your intention or thoughts on consistently appears. And they know this. So how do they rule? With fear and make you afraid, and the climate, and this, and there's invisible things that are gonna kill you. You better do this and you better do that and do what we tell you, and everything will be just fine. Not exactly not the case. And we had all kinds of paperwork put in place to try to keep these people from pulling this off. And they basically denied their oaths. And most of them, as it turns out, let's do that again. See, because now I can. Yeah, let's do that. Boop. Most of them, oops, not that one. Oops, not that one. Not that one. What the hell? There you go. All right. Most of them don't have an oath of office. If you take a look, and I'll show you this later, like I said, I'm going to have a nice presentation done. They do not comply with 5 USC 3331, the oath of office. And affidavit, no consideration paid for appointment. That's an anti-bribery statement, right? Loyalty and striking against the government. This should all be part, and I could not find them for a bunch of people in Hawaii that claim to be judges. But as it turns out, they're just administering the estate for the corporation and impersonating public officials, it looks like. Who would we tell? I believe you would tell, oops, gotta do it again. I believe you would tell these guys. We have some claims to make because the military is actually administering the thing. And that's actually, I think, what's going on right now is we have this elaborate show going on, but the military is administering the corporation. Maybe they're not, maybe they are, but it looks that's the case. And it's a hell of a show that they've been putting on. Again, we had paperwork in place, constitutions and articles of confederation and law of nations and all this kind of stuff to try and stop what just happened from happening. And it happened anyway. And like with my personal case, they basically just said, what are you going to do about it? And so far, here in Arizona, nothing. It just stole, totally just, um, I think I can't say that out loud. That's how concerned they are. But they just did this right here blatantly. And what are you going to do about it? Yeah, we just fraudulently got you to try to confuse, and we did not give you your right of subrogation, where you separate the living man from the fictitious entity, subrogate them. Yeah, we denied that and just basically kept going, even though you figured out that we may or may not have been acting with authority. But what are you going to do about it, slave? Simple as that. Okay, the main thing I wanted to tell you about was this. Come back. I will have all kinds of links and so on. I'm going to do more of these as I'm getting more used to using this, and we'll see how many videos get taken down and so forth. But take it easy, Crime Stoppers. E pluribus unum. I think that's enough for the evening. But we are moving from the Piscean age to the age where everyone carries their own water, and it's going to be a doozy. All right, take it easy. We'll talk to you soon.